Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's the Entrepreneurs here, and today what we'll be doing is we'll be continuing investing with Mac Theory. If you guys have not watched the previous video, I highly suggest you guys go watch that now. As a disclaimer, this is just for educational purposes only, and if you're looking for financial advice, I highly suggest you guys seek out a registered financial advisor. Does that make sense? Let's get started. All right, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Close this and make myself a little bit bigger. All right, here we go. So today what we'll be talking about is the continuation of the cannabis space. We're going to be talking about Rib Capital, Lifeist, BLGB, Weed, ACB, Tilray. And as you can see here, majority of these guys are hitting their 52-week low, and that's freaking insane, guys. And it's basically, you know, it hit 420 already, meaning it hit April 20th, and we saw the stock go down, and that's not a good sign. If we see that, and just maybe along the summertime, you might see a summer lull as well, right? And we've seen that last year where we see the stock just going down and down and down. So definitely the bears are taking control, and they're seeing a lot of profits for this market so far. For the bulls, they're losing a lot of money, right? So you can see even for Rib Capital that it's been going down ever since last year. So it's not a good sign for long, but we'll see what happens because there's a lot of volatility in the market and a lot of fear and uncertainty. That's why we're seeing this, right? So it's easy to make money when the stock market is super high, everybody's confident and so forth, but it's really hard to make money when stocks are going down and down and you're getting this fear of not, you know, winning basically, and you're losing your money, right? You're seeing every single day that you're going red and more red, and basically it feels like you're digging yourself in a hole. But we'll look at the technical analysis and we'll see what's going on. But in here, what you can see for Rib Capital, that the volume has been very low, and as you can see on April 21st, which was a Friday, and you can see that the volume, look at this, super low, 4.78, right? The high was 0.20 cents, or sorry, 12 cents and a half, low of 11 cents, and that's its 52-week low is the 11 cents range. And you can see the day before that, which was, you can see it's like a green candlestick, right? It was a high of 12 cents, low of 11, and it closed at 12 cents. So it's hovering in this range now. So I could definitely see if Rib Capital goes down to, you know, below 10 cents, then we might see a new 52-week low and so forth. So it might even go down all the way to 5 cents. So definitely the bears are still in control, and we're seeing a continuation of that, right? And you can see the 50-day moving average, 100-day moving average, and 200-day moving average. We're not seeing those things cross path. So the indication of this, of, you know, a great pattern, the bears are still in huge control. Okay, so as you can see here, Rib Capital on CEO.ca, we can see that they you know, just filed one report, beautiful report, and this was on April 4th, and the insider Joseph Minran, so April 4th as well. That's the file that they've done in the past. So I think we talked about this in the previous video of them. Basically, if you look at the Rib Capital here, doing the common shares exercise of the rights for Joseph and Richard, right? So here I'm gonna go back to Lifeist. So yeah, you can, sorry, Rib Capital last trading day, it was negative 8.33%, so down 1 cent, right? So that's its 52-week low. Lifeist, we can see here, also in its 52-week low, so it was down last trading day, negative 10%. Oh, sorry, I think the 52-week low for Lifeist is actually, I think 3.5 cent. Let's confirm that. So I'm just gonna go double check here, Lifeist, and let's see if we can see that here. So view app low 52. Let me see if I can check it here. The Lifeist. So what you can see here is I'm actually at the what do you call it? The financial.yahoo.com. So Yahoo Finance, and you can see that. Oh, I wish Lifeist was this much. That would be awesome. Okay, Lifeist. Lifeist van. Let's click on this. So it's 52-week range. Yeah, it was 3.5 cents, but it's been super low, and its high was 0.14 and a half cents of its 52-week high. So quite a big difference there. So yeah, you can see that it did hit on April 14th, a low of 4 cents, a close of 5 cents, and an open of 4.5 cents, right? That's why you see it like a green candlestick here. But yeah, like when it hit the low was around the August time of 2022, and you can see here that it basically hit the low on July 25th, which was 3.5 cents was its lowest, right around that time, July last year. So we'll see. We might see another summer lull, and it might hit this range again. And if it does and it breaks it, then we might see a new lower low, right? So that's what we're seeing there. And if I go to CO Lifeist, let me see what's the latest update, which is 420, right? April 20. Lifeist announced closing of non-brokerage debt financing, and we click on this, and basically they announced this its last previous I guess update, and you can see Lifeist Wellness, a health tech company that leverage advantage, blah 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 blah, talks about what they do. Then it said it's doing a non-brokerage private placement offering of secure convertible debentures for aggregated gross proceeds to the company of $225,000. The funded amount the company intends to use the proceeds from the offering to help fuel the expansion of Lifeist cannabis and nutraceuticals businesses, CanMart, and microcellular science. And if you wanted to read this, you can read that as well, right? All right, so yeah, like not looking so good for the longs. Definitely the bears are taking control, like what I said earlier, and they're hammering the bulls for sure. And in BLGB, we are seeing that as well, another red, and it's down negative 14% and 29, so 14.29%. So it's currently at 3 cents, and you can see here that the charting is pretty choppy. Like one day, like you might not see like a gap, right? Then after that, it's just going down and down. Volume is ridiculously low. So on the last trading day, the volume was at 7K. The one on, let's see here, on 17th, you can see here, volume was 3K. And on the 13th, volume is not bad, 105. So that's a pretty big spike there. But yeah, volume is not consistent, and it's still pretty low at this moment. And for BLGB, it looks like just 5 messages there. And you can see that the last message here was Trump is the man. Trump is a bigger fool than Obama, and Biden is bigger fool than Trump. Some no-name ketchup company, and so forth. Yeah, so those are the basically chatter going on in CEO.ca. All right, so let's look at weed. So weed, I've been getting notification that it's been hitting its 52-week low last week. on Yahoo Finance, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it just keeps going down and down. And look at how ridiculous this is. When I was charting it, it just broke this support and resistance, and it just kept on going down, right? So I'm just gonna try to expand this here and move this over here, and this one as well, and you can see that huge gap down. But if I move this over here, copy and paste this right there, yeah, it's just not looking good so far for Canopy Growth, right? This was, you know, at $70 plus before, and now we're looking at $1.82. And if this goes below $1 in Nasdaq, then you know they're gonna get a notification that they might get delisted, right? Kind of like what happened to ACB. But anyway, we can see that for the charting for weed, volume's still pretty good, right? It's pretty consistent, and you can see some spikes here and there. But the last trading day, which was, let me see if I can zoom, which was the 21st. So in here, what you can see that the last trading day was 387K, open at $1.84, so high of $1.87, then the low of $1.82, then the close of $1.82, and the low of that previously was $1.82 as well. So basically, you don't see any, you know, red or green candlestick. It's basically just like, or sorry, I guess you do see a red candlestick here because it opened at $1.84, then it closed at $1.82. But yeah, you're seeing it going to its lower lows, which is not good, especially if it's 52-week lows. That's very concerning if you're long for weed, right? And if I go over to here, you can see people chattering. The last chatter was a message from basic economics, basic economics. But what about Snoop Dogg? And this guy's like, yep, bankrupt stock. So hilarious. I remember when Bruce Linton and his Mary band were driving this company into the ground, but the stock kept rising. I had a big argument with someone on this BB about the fact that the stock was obviously going to fall. He told me it was impossible that the stock would ever trade below $50. But yeah, look at it now. It's at $1.82, so that's pretty insane. So this guy's here, they were saying trading at $1.43 on Nasdaq. They will push it below $1, which is the minimum to remain listed. Canopy will have to do a reverse split to remain on Nasdaq, so that could be a potential. And somebody said that on April 17th, $1.92. Well, how they're finishing. So a lot of bears in this group channel, right? So if I go to weed and we just take a look at its 52-week low, 52-week range, which is $1.82, and the high of this 52 weeks ago was $8.57. So it's not looking good for Canopy Growth, right? So you can see here that 8 days ago, Canopy Growth Corporation had this news about announcement of refinancing 100 million of notes due 2023. Okay. And if I move over to ACB, so ACB, it's still below $1, and you can see here that it did broke the support and resistance range. So now it's hitting a new support and resistance. And if I copy and paste this here, basically what's happening is at this range on Thursday 20th, right? 420. So it was basically a red day for the stock, and it was almost down 5%. It opened at 0.87, a high of 0.87, a low of 0.82. Then it closed 0.82, so it was down almost 5% that day. And on Friday, it also was negative, right? So it was down $2, or sorry, 2.44%, so almost 3%. Open at 0.85, a high of 0.85, and a low of 0.83, and it closed at 0.84, right? And the volume here as well, you can see on the 21st was 194K. The day before that was 718K, and so forth. So that's ACB. And if I move over to the CEO board, the last message was, this says it will be a $20 stock soon, 5.6 billion market cap. Somebody said that on April 15th. What does the market cap have to do with you, the investor, ever seeing a profit? Then paper, this stock is worthless. Then somebody said share capital 6 billion deficit. Then it's talking about the finance of this company. Imagine losing almost every dollar you made and racking up almost $500 million. This company is good for someone, but unfortunately it's not you, the investor. Another TXX for list penny stocks. Then somebody said this one here. So, this is a news on April 12. Aurora and MedRelief Australia launched Ede or ND Med Tempo 26, further strengthening product offering for medical cannabis patients. So if you wanted to look at that, you can click on this, then it's going to send you to that link. All right. So last one is Tilray. And Tilray as well. You can see the last trading day, it did hit this support and resistance, and it broke that support. Then now it's on its new support resistant range. So we'll see what happens on the next trading day on Monday, and we'll see if we see any momentum of a reversal trend. But right now, it's hitting its new support resistance, and it's just going lower and lower, right? Volume, as you can see here, is 404K. Here's 399, almost 400K, and so forth. So volume's still okay, but you can see this on Tuesday, April 11th. So it had almost 2.20 million, right? 20 million volume, so 2.19. So that was the spike there on the 11th. So you can see here that it was a red day, but the day before that it was at 1.04 mil, and it was a green day, and it hit a high of $3.74. And if I go to CEO.ca and I look at Tilray, and so somebody messaged like 6 hours ago, great long opportunity if you believe in another bull run driven by another country legalizing. That level was slightly higher, and we're at $1.39 had today, probably at all-time low. Let's not forget that all-time high is like 300 USD on NASDAQ. So this one, somebody said, what were we back then on market cap basis? Then people are just saying, this is super low. But on April 19th, they did have a news that came out celebrating 420 with good supply. So if you wanted to click on this, celebrate 420 with good supply, then you can definitely take a look at that. But anyway, so we're seeing a lot of the big guys and even the small guys hitting its 52-week low. Doesn't really look good. So we definitely need something that will make the stocks either go up by a catalyst of some news about the legalization in the US federally and so forth. But right now it's looking really bad for the longs. If you're bears, congratulations, you're making a lot of money, but we'll see if we get a reversal trend soon, right? And what I'm gonna show you guys is I'll show you quickly as per usual, what my account looks like, and I'll open it, and it's super red, as you can imagine, because I'm long. And you can see here, total is 2,330 and 4 cents, right? So you can see here the AC, okay, that's Air Canada, so don't worry about that. But Lifeist is down negative 85.19% at 11,779 and 82 cents. Rip Capital is down 90.45%, so negative 916 and 35 cents. So basically, it's 12-month loss, trading loss, right? Unrealized loss is negative 12,789 and 24 cents, and negative 84 and 78%. So basically, that's what's happening right now. So I'll keep you guys updated to see what's going on. But we definitely, if you're long, you definitely need some good news federally for the US space. If not, it's just gonna keep going down and down. So that's just my opinion. We'll see how, what's gonna happen in the weeks to come, months to come, and even years to come for the cannabis space. Till then, let me know if you have any question, comment down below or message me directly, and take care. See ya.